What's going on, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me today for another video. As you guys can see, I'm not in my usual environment and studio, but I thought I wanted to bring you a couple different boot reviews because I got my hands on a couple pairs of fantastic boots. Now, this review is all about the new MESSI edition of the Speedflow.1 in this beautiful gold and black colorway, an homage to two previous boots that I'll throw up on screen. And they are very special. As of the filming of this right now, I don't think they're actually released to the public, which is wild that I was able to get my hands on a pair of them. So we'll get a exclusive first look here now. So let's hop straight into the video. All right, so typical of Adidas, even their special edition boots that aren't the plus models, the point ones all come in this very basic black box. Now, the black box is super simple. It's matte black Adidas logo. They say Speedflow MESSI 0.1 FG in the gold and black colorway. So let's get these open straight away. Ooh, yeah, okay. So here we go. Here they are. I'll put one here for that B cam for you guys. And this is what they look like. They are a very, very cool pair of boots. Hopefully they don't contrast too much with this couch. This couch is like an orangey color, so hopefully it's not too bad. But as you can see, yellow upper, the MESSI logo is right here on the toe, and then it's got a bunch of different words that are all sort of homages to him. Team, equipo, nosotros, familia. So nosotros meaning us, team, equipo is team in Spanish, humildad. Gosh, there is a bunch of different stuff in here. Jugamos. I'm trying to find the different words. That's very cool. So everything about this boot is the same as a normal Speedflow Plus. Let's get this out of the way. I'll put this over here. So everything about this is everything the same as the normal Speedflow 0.1. Similar construction with the Carbitex insert here with the carbon fiber. Obviously, it's got your little sticker that says the outsole coating of the bottom of the shoe will potentially wear off during play, but will not affect the performance of this product. So no stress there. It's got the frame on the inside. Also, I've never seen this before. This wrapped in the paper. Kind of a cool touch, really random. Oh, that's super sick. Okay, so I'll try to get some close-ups of this as well, but the insert actually has all the writing on it. So as you can see, it's got tons of the writing on it. It says the family, team, different words in Spanish that I know most of. I'm trying to pick out some of the ones. Similar to the inside graphic here. So it's got familia, equipo, what else? Humildad, nosotros. Yeah, wow, that is super cool. That's a really, really cool touch. It's almost like a suede material on the insert with the MESSI 0.1 and the MESSI logo right there. These are a really, really cool looking pair of boots, and I think they did a really good job. MESSI logo on the back there as well. Really cool job on the way that these look. Now, as far as the performance boot, I would say that this is probably ranked #1 outside of the Speedflow Plus for most people. Obviously, you guys saw my last year's top 5 boots of the year. These were not in that category just because they didn't do it for me as much as the laceless version. I actually like the laceless version better, but as you guys know, MESSI wears the laced version, so that's something to keep in mind as well. And as far as getting your hands on a pair of these, I'm not actually sure. I got these at a local soccer shop here in the city where I'm currently living. This video will come out before the official signing video will come out, so I can't actually say where I am yet still, but I did get them at a local shop. Somehow they had these, and I can't believe that these are available for purchase already. I will not be wearing these, so these will actually be up for sale on my website as soon as this video drops, which will be sweet. So you guys can definitely pick these up. These are in a size 9 US, but of course I'll try them on here in the Airbnb in the house, and then I will probably not do a play test because I've actually got another pair of these that I've been training in every once in a while, and I'll do a play test in those and combine them into one video so you guys get a sense of what these are like to play in and what they are like, of course, to wear and the touch on the ball and stuff. They're not going to be too dissimilar to the Plus variation. I prefer the Plus variation because they have a little bit more width to them, at least in my, like, they stretch a little bit more in the places that I have really wide feet. These don't as much, probably because they have the laces, so they're built in a much more structured way, and they're a little bit thinner, as you can see in this area, whereas the Plus variation, at least for me, everything's the same, except the upper material is slightly different, and it does stretch a little bit more, at least in my experience so far in that wide midfoot area. Overall, as far as signature boots go, I think they did a really good job with these. I'm not really a yellow boot guy. I think even with those OG Vapor, I think they were like Vapor 1. I mean, obviously you had the R9 Vapors that were yellow. Yellow boots don't really do it for me, to be honest. Even gold boots are sort of hit or miss. The only ones that I really, really liked were the Totti ones, the gold and black Totti ones, but those were like metallic gold. This type of gold or yellow orangey color isn't really my favorite, but I think for a signature boot, I think they work just fine, and I think they are a really cool pair of boots to look at. Now, these run true to size as well, and I'll show you that when I try these on, but they are also, I think, marked up a little bit. These might be the same price. These were about $250 US, so these are definitely an expensive pair of boots. They're a top-end model, but they're absolutely worth that because of the performance of this boot. Incredible moldability, as you can see, super, super soft on that upper material. It does a really good job, but also has the structure with that internal frame that does a really good job of locking your foot in. So that is sort of the initial thoughts. Do you guys like yellow and black? Let me know, or gold and black. Let me know down in the comments section below. Let me know if this is a colorway that you would wear, whether this will look good with the PSG kits. I think this will look just fine with the PSG kits, especially if they wear the black ones or the white kit. I think this will look just fine. With a Barca kit, not so much. I don't think it would look very good, but that's just me. Not a fan of yellow boots, but I do think as a concept, these are a very cool pair, and of course, greatest player of all time, in my opinion at least. These are a suitable pair of boots. So let's get them on feet, and then of course after the on feet portion of the video, we will jump into a play test of ones that I've actually started wearing in the last week or so. It's a different colorway obviously, but they're ones that I will show you guys in a little bit of a play test just to run around on the pitch and show you guys what those look like on the pitch. Here we go. All right fam, so I've removed the table, and now I have the MESSI 0.1 Speedflow Special Edition. Very excited to try these on. I don't have grip socks on. I'm wearing a thin pair of socks right now, soccer training socks, and I am going to try these on because I don't want to get, grip socks are usually a little bit thicker, so I figure I'd give you guys a really good close-up of what these feel like when you've got the thinnest socks possible, and that way you can see how these boots mold to the shape of my feet, which are pretty wide. So I'll get these going. So we're going to try these on, slip these right in. Pretty comfortable, pretty comfortable. Yeah, right out of the box. Very, very nice. They definitely are a bit snug in the width, but to be expected from a speed boot because most speed boots are like this. And as you guys know, I have tried the Plus variation, but yeah, wow, these are definitely a little bit snug. Okay, so we're just gonna single knot that one, and then we'll get this one on as well. But the Speedflow Plus and 0.1 are a very impressive pair of football boots just in general. I think these are really, really awesome. They're fantastic performing football boots. They've got good lateral stability, tons of adaptability as far as the way that they mold. So I'll stand up for you guys, and you guys will see in the B cam while I'm explaining kind of the way they fit and feel. They do a really good job of hugging each part. So as you can see right on the outside right here of that midfoot, I do have a really wide foot, so they are pushing out on the sides, but every other part of this boot fits really, really nice and snug. They're really good as far as like how adaptive they are to the shape of my foot, and they're really soft right out of the box. This little tongue thing up here tends to drop, but that's okay. It doesn't really affect the performance. And of course, that's that really, really lovely speed frame. So you guys will see in the next section of this video with the play test, with the ones that I've already done and already tried out. They are molding to my feet really nicely. Obviously, you guys know I love the laceless version of this boot. I think it's one of the best boots on the market right now behind the Tiempo, and I stand by that. I think I prefer the laceless variation, but these are a fantastic pair of boots to wear, especially if you're someone who has pretty average width feet and you really like that speed type boot. Sole plate goes pretty standard for a firm ground. It is this one is an FG variation, so it does have a lot of bladed and chevron studs. That's something to keep in mind if you do play on an artificial grass. It's not as aggressive as something like a Puma Ultra, in my opinion, or something like a Vapor or Superfly, but these do have a very aggressive fit and feel to them. So as we sit back down to final thoughts, again, I think these are a fantastic pair of football boots. I think they look really cool for a signature pair. Do I think they're for me? Absolutely not. But I do think these are a fantastic pair for Messi and what he's going to, all the glory that he's going to give us in this particular boot. So that's it for the on-feet portion of the video. So hopefully you guys get a good sense of how they fit and feel on feet. I think for most foot types, these will be actually perfectly fine. Go true to size, it'll be great. And if you have a thin foot or anything up to like just a bit less wide than what I have, which is like excessively wide, I think you should be just fine. Give yourself several hours of training time to get into them. Unlace them, relace them during the session, take them off, take them back, put them back on. Do all the things that I explained in a video when I was back in Australia. I'll try to link that one up in the corner, but it is basically a video about all the things you can do to break in your boots much faster. And when back then I was breaking in a pair of Vapors, which was great. It worked perfectly fine. You can do that for these as well. These will be very adaptable to your feet. So that's something to keep in mind. True to size, fit most people other than the excessively wide footed people like me, although I can kind of sneak into them if I absolutely have to. I wear them for warm-ups and stuff and then switch out into something else because I do enjoy wearing different types of boots just to get a feel, and obviously I can do 1 month reviews for you guys. So let's hop into that. I'll show you guys the colorway of the boots that I've actually been wearing in the next section of this video. We'll hop into that right now onto the pitch. All right, fam, so in place of the MESSI .1s, I've got this gorgeous pair of blue and pink. They're the exact same boot as the MESSIs, except just a different color. So I've actually been wearing these in training for a little bit, so I thought I would get these on feet and show you what they look like on a pitch, especially in the facility. That gives you guys a good idea of how they look, how they are with the ball, and then I'll talk about the touch a little bit as well. So let's get these on feet. And my feet slide right into these because I have been wearing them, so they are a little bit easier to get on than the ones that I was just wearing. We'll get these out of the way. And as you can see, they are a little bit thinner. I think I prefer the laceless version of these more than I do this laced version. I know a lot of guys really, really love the laced version because it gives you that just little bit extra lockdown in the midfoot area, and some customizability, obviously. But I will say the technology that they've managed to wizard into that Speedflow Plus is pretty impressive. So I don't know. I think it's a horse apiece, and it's kind of up to personal preference. They both fit very similar. The heel fits exactly the same. So there's the boots on feet. And as you can see, I mean, again, with the ball, touch with the ball is awesome. It's really, really, really barefoot-like. You've got tons of space to move your feet around, but also maintaining a pretty tight fit and feel. So that's something to think about if you are into the speed boot. It is a boot that will give you lots of wiggle room if you have medium to thin feet, and then if you've got wide feet, just make sure you get the right sizing, or they might be a little too thin for you. For me, they're right on the verge. So I can definitely get into these, and I could wear these pretty comfortably after several hours of wear time, breaking them in. But I would say overall, these are more geared towards the type of foot where you want to be a little bit less wide-footed than normal. But overall, again, they fit really nicely. Hopefully you guys can see like how easily it is for my toes to move up and down. I can flex my toes, I can flex my feet. The sole plate feels amazing. Even on an artificial ground, these studs, I would say, are just on the verge of being okay for this type of pitch. Usually I'd recommend an AG plate, but since these are an FG, you know, what are you gonna do? I don't know if I can get my hands on a pair of the AG version just because they're actually pretty hard to find. But again, these are pretty spectacular. Passing the ball feels awesome. Everything really does do a fantastic job. This boot is just a really good execution of what a speed boot should be. The heel liner, I would recommend wearing grip socks. The heel liner can get a little bit, not slick, but it definitely has a tiny bit of movement. I don't think it'll give you blisters because it's not a pressure point, but it definitely slips just a tiny bit until the laces catch your foot and get you moving. So that's what I would recommend. Again, it is something that is personal preference, but at the end of the day, it is up to you. So that's it for the video, guys, for these X.1s. Hope you enjoyed that Speedflow review. If you are interested in the Messies, check my website, www.noahcavanaugh.com. Click the shop, and they will be right in there for you guys to purchase if you are interested in that particular pair. Obviously, I'm only selling that one, and as you can see, they've never been worn other than in my living room. So that's it for the video, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Hit that like button if you got value from this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, be awesome. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video.